Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Ashtar Command Q&A on Encounters, and we're glad to have you here with us. Welcome, everybody coming in here. Tonight's going to be a special night where we'll take your questions, probably bringing people on live and try to answer your questions about the Ashtar Command and things that are going on. So we hope that you will join us. So we are just getting ready here. It's about 2 minutes before 11. Hey Rita, good to have you with us. Yes, Sunday night. Sunday night we'll have you on for our regular show. Misty Moon, welcome to the show. And I was just hanging out with April's live, and hopefully April will be coming here after she's finished broadcasting on her live. So we'll see. Andrea Spike, hello Misty Moon. Everybody, Tom, let's see, hello from Canada. Adam, welcome to the show. Hey Susan, good to have you with us, Susan. Everybody coming in here, welcome. Larry Proctor, you're welcome to be here. Thanks for coming. Good to have Ray Susan. Thank you for the heart puff. Hey Mike Masters, good to see you. Kabashi, hey Kabashi, welcome. Everybody in Pitmaster, I see a lot of different names. Midnight, hello Midnight. Wayne, welcome. Jago, good to see you. Trisha Northstar, welcome. Marlene, welcome. Good evening. Good to have everybody with us here. And hopefully we'll have a really good program here. Ernie, welcome. I think it's Giselle, Elvis, Sonia, well, thank you for the gift. Hey, Jim. Good last, that's a good name. Rita Sanders, I missed her yesterday. Yeah, all our shows have been put on to YouTube. If you missed any shows, they're on my YouTube channel. I think we're pretty caught up right now. Mendoza Perez, hey, good evening. And if you're just coming in, this is, hey, Helen, good to have you with us. This is our Ashtar Command Q&A. And we hope to, I think what I'm going to do tonight is we're going to bring people up live on their questions as opposed to just reading sentences. I think that'd be pretty cool to do. So we welcome everybody here. Jose, welcome. KLM, welcome to the show. Lauren, welcome to the show. Ann Bishop. Hey, Bernie, thanks for being here. Gary Haas, good evening. Everyone out there, wherever you are, Connie Tanner, good to have you. Interesting, Larry. We'll have to talk about that on our Sunday night show. Hey, Biz, welcome to the show. Good to have Amy Lou, welcome. Everybody coming in here, you're watching Encounters. And we're with you live here tonight. Papa Smurf, good to have you with us. Everybody coming in here, welcome to the show. And I'm hoping to have April on here. Once she ends her live, hopefully she'll be able to switch over to here. And we'll have me and April answering your questions regarding everything regarding Ashtar, what's currently happening, and so forth. Hey, Vicky, welcome to the show. Good to have you with us. Gio, welcome. And I've got some apple cider here, too. Deanne, welcome. Beverly Terrell, welcome to the show. Nicole DT, glad to have you with us. There's all kinds of folks here. Do you love your apple soda? Apple cider I love. I don't drink apple soda. But apple cider I do drink. You were close. Kelly Art TV, Energy, welcome Energy. Gio, welcome back. How's your day going? It's actually going pretty good. We had a great day. And I'm really excited about tonight's show to do the Ashtar Command Q&A. And it's good to have everybody here. Mountain UAT, Utah. Millicent, welcome to the show, Millicent. I see all kinds of people. Let's see here. Judy McLean, welcome to the show. Vicky. Oh, good. She's coming here now. Good. I know it takes a few minutes to switch over. So let me just, everything is cool here. I got the special lighting. I might go off of the green screen. I want to show you the lighting. We might use the lighting here. And we'll see how this works, your helmet. Should I put this towards the back of me? I'm not sure. With this kind of thing, it's pretty weird. You got to be careful because you don't want to have it go in your eye. But I'm going to bring it up. But that doesn't help. Let me go into the green, this other area here. Welcome to the show, everybody. Hey, HD, welcome. I got special lighting, and I'm going to switch it to that background. Let me see here. Could I do this? Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to turn the light off here. There we go. I'm playing around with this thing here. Let's see. It's behind me. Well, let me bring this back here. Bring that back there. I don't want to spill the apple cider on the spaceman. You know what I mean? Let's see. I got this. Oh, I have to be careful here. Oh, there we go. That's the what I want to do. Now there we go. What do you think? Okay. And as soon as April gets here, we're going to bring April on here. Wow, my face looks pretty weird. Let me change the lighting. Oh, there we go. Away from my face. Okay. This thing you gotta be careful with, you know. Let's see. Okay. I'm playing around with this thing here. Give me 1 second to see if I can bring the universe this way here. It's almost... There we go. That's what I wanted. Now I look pretty weird. But you can still see me. We're going to bring April up here. Let me see if she's here yet. No, I don't see her. I guess she's ending her live in a few minutes. We're going to bring April up here. We're going to bring people up here and answer your questions. I wanted to give a really spacey vibe here tonight because it's Ashtar Command Night. So I want to have a really spacey vibe here, you know. And then we'll bring April up as soon as she's here. Welcome everybody to the show. This is going to be really good. There's a lot of things to share. Thank you. And I probably look different with the lighting too, you know. Here's me without my glasses on, you know, right here. Yeah, definitely. Now we have a spacey outer space show tonight. That's a really spacey outer space show tonight where anything is possible. Thank you. Thank you, Monica. And hey, Sarah says, welcome to the show. You're not missing anything yet. We're just waiting for April to get here. And then we're going to interact with all of you, answer your questions, and have a beautiful evening of sharing. And we'll get some updates from April on what's happening off planet as well. So yeah, it'll be great. Hey, Paranormal Ghostbusters, welcome. Good to have you with us. Glad you're here. We're just looking at, I love this lighting. This lighting is pretty cool. You know, it's, I got this for, I think Christmas or something. I don't remember what now. But this thing here is a spaceman, and it lights up the whole room, and I can change the colors. I love blue too. I love the blue color. I think that's my favorite color, you know. I really do believe it's my favorite color. Yeah, blue. Yep. You thought I was on a ship at first. You know, you never know. I'm not on a ship right now, but, you know, I know my family likes these colors. I know my family on the ship probably, as they're watching, say, wow, he's got some really groovy colors here, some really cool colors, the commander. And this is really the way I like to be. It's like in this like really spacey, outer space kind of vibe. In truth, that's really, I love the outer space vibe. Hey, Tar, good to see you. Good to have you with us. Welcome. Are you in it? I'm actually I'm in my living room, but I'm setting up the lighting. I have shiny glasses. Yeah, they're reflecting. Here's me without the glasses on, so you can see me without the glasses too. As I open my eyes. Yeah. And I got another light with a crystal that's changing colors. You can't see it, but it's here. Hey, Nick Nack. Hey, Nicole. Welcome to the show. Good to have you with us. Tinker. Welcome, Tinker. BQ Finger. Cheryl Barron. Good to have you with us, Cheryl. Yes. Hey, Greta. Let's see here. It's going to Mad Dog Wrestling SmackDown. Welcome to the show. And we're waiting for our friend April to get in here with us. She might be just ending her live. I'm not sure she's still on live or not, but hey, Waco Gal, good to see you. User 818, Paranormal Ghostbusters. Hey, I hope you're doing well. Poncho, Golden Bear. Hey, Golden Bear. So we're going to have a good night tonight, everybody. Please stick around. This is the place to be. Hey, Eddie, good to see you. Space is the place, as I always say, Did you see the video I tagged in over to Monica, Illinois? I think I might have seen it. I've been looking at a lot of stuff today. Oh, she said she's coming on. Okay. So we're hanging out until our sister gets here. I'm going to Australia for 1 week to see my son and my family on Wednesday. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's a good thing. Hey, St. Lawrenceberry. Good to have you with us, brother. Very good to have you with us. Oh, she was still on live? Okay. I'm just getting my drink here. And I'm going to move my drink. Whoa. I don't want my drink to fall on the lighting thing, or else that will be not a good thing. So we're trying to make sure it's all good here. And you're watching a special edition for Saturday nights of the Ashtar Command. Oh, she's not live now? Okay. Ashtar Command Q&A. And we're just waiting for April to join us. And we send our love to everybody around the world, all of you. Oh, she's saying break. She'll be on soon. Okay. So we'll get started for now. When she comes in, we'll bring her on. I know you got to take a break when you've been on that long. You really do. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll get into that on the show here. We'll have her get into all those things. So as you know, that the one thing we were at our friend's shop today in Connecticut called Scorpstone. It's in Milford, Connecticut. It's a beautiful shop, and they're going to be taking over the second level of the shop. And when we went there, my wife and I went there. We sat down and we've become really good friends with the shop. It's a really nice, big place for crystals, and they're going to be doing workshops there. So I showed her the ship. I showed her the ship that April videotaped just a few days back. And I showed the mothership, the beautiful ship. And then I told her a story about the 8-year-old. I was sitting there with my wife, and I was talking about the little 8-year-old mer person the little kid, the 8-year-old mer person that they tried to save, that was got hurt from the negative ETs with the weapons they used in the ocean. And I told that story, and as I was telling that story, thinking about it, I was sitting there telling her the story. I was like completely just telling her the story, and all of a sudden I broke down in tears and started crying, because as I told her the story, I remember how April expressed the story, and it brought sadness to me. It's like somebody taking a human being on Earth and a little kid on Earth that's human, a little girl, and doing something that in a war on the surface of the planet, and that little kid, they're trying to save that kid in a hospital, and the kid dies. Just think about it for a moment. This little 8-year-old girl, this mer person, just a beautiful little 8-year-old mer person, was killed with the laser technology of the negative ETs working with our government, you know? And I was sitting there, I just lost it. I just like started crying, and I had to get my composure back. I just was sitting there with my wife and this person in the store and telling the story. And it was very sad, that this is happening, that this has happened, and that the little girl had died because the government and these negative ETs work together and are doing things that are totally wrong, totally wrong against all life forms on our planet. And it should never happen again. It should never happen again, And I'll never forget that story. When I think about it now, I feel emotional about it, because it feels like if it was my own kid, I'd feel the same way. Just think how the parents of that mer person felt, how they must have felt when they lost their child of 8 years old. 8 years old. Have I been to interstellar space? Probably when I've gone out of body. I never remember too much that way, but I just have a strong feeling and compassion for all beings of life, and that's part of what my mission is. You see, when I was on the ship, I deal with intercommunications between the different galactic forces of light. I do more than that. That's one of the things I do. But yeah, you see, what they're trying to do, the Earth-based people that are working with the negative ETs, they're trying to stop people on this Earth from contact. They're trying to stop contact. They're not going to stop it, but they're going to do everything they can to try to stop it. They think by bringing in these negative ETs that they can stop the ultimate contact between the star people and the people of Earth. And I will say to you right now that that's not going to happen. It must never happen. It will not be allowed to happen. We've dealt with this battle for millions of years, maybe even more than that. These particular beings have done this to other planets, not just Earth. They've gone to other planets with human life and done the same thing. But no, it stops here. It stops now. You see, we will not allow it. We cannot allow any more of this on Earth. We can't allow any life forms on Earth to be subjected by ETs that are negative working with our government. And we were talking about in the crystal shop with our friend how everything is going to fall apart. Everything. The whole structure of Earth is going to fall apart. Now, some people would say that's not a good thing. It's the best thing that can happen, is every single structure in 3D world completely falls apart. It has to fall apart. It needs to fall apart. It has to be done with, over with. In order for what's going to happen, because the energies coming to Earth are not just affecting you in your physical form, they're going to affect the whole planet. Everyone's going to react in a different way now. You're being bombarded by cosmic energies constantly. Sometimes people don't know how to handle it. Some people can absorb the energy and deal with it. You see? So there's a lot going on right now. My mission here in broadcasting on Earth has even more of an importance in terms of getting the information out on this show, on this Saturday night, on what we're doing here. Because now we're doing all Ashtar Command tonight. We're being who we are. I am Ashtar Command. I always will be Ashtar Command. I come from Ashtar Command. And I am proud to be part of something unconditionally that will help humanity and help all life forms, be in the oceans, on the land, wherever it is. You know? Can't stop it. No one can. In truth, no one can stop it. The 5 that have been spoken about, have you heard from April? The 5 of us that are here, the negative ETs are afraid of us because the 5 of us hold keys together in terms of our mission work and the importance of us bridging the gap between our star family and all of the people on Earth, you see. So when we came here as little kids with Earth families, we didn't remember what our mission was. We were just kids. We became human. I mean, we were human, we are human, but we woke up into our cosmic consciousness, you know? Am I on the council? I don't think I'm on the council. The council has their meetings, but in my space body, I'm involved in a lot of things, but mainly I bring the communications between intergalactic systems together. That's primarily what I do. I mean, I do many other things, but that's one of the things I do is bring that together. What's really important is, and please, everybody tap the screen because we're only at 14,000. We want to get to 100,000. If you tap the heart, you'll see a heart. It brings up the number on the right corner, 14.2. So don't forget to tap the screen because that really means a lot to me. It shows me that people are paying attention, for sure. So everybody tap the screen while you're watching. I appreciate that. So they're afraid of the 5 of us. They're afraid of us. They're afraid of us because we represent unconditional love. We have no egos. None of the 5 of us have any egos whatsoever. We're humbly in service to a greater mission for this planet. And we intend to liberate this planet from what has been a control by these people in government, what you call the Pentagon, and all these other people involved in these groups to try to stop contact. And we will stop them from stopping us because they will not stop us. They can monitor this broadcast. They can monitor April. They can hear us. They're not going to be allowed to interfere with us. They can't stop this. You know, there's no way they've tried. They've been unsuccessful in trying to stop us. You see, they cannot stop us because we are here now. You are here now. The fact that we're here live with you since all of last year and into this year, no one has stopped us. This broadcast, our broadcast, what we've been doing here is well protected. And I've said it since I came on TikTok. I would be protected in everything I do here. And I am. And when you come on my lives, you're protected. All of you are. I make sure of it. All of you are protected. Every one of you are protected. Because the mission is too great for failure. There's not going to be any failure. We will not fail in what we need to do here. And when contact happens, and it will, no one can stop it. When the fleets of the Ashtar command ships from all over the multiverse come here, and they will, from afar, very afar, that contact will be nothing that anybody can stop. Every weapon on this planet, be it laser or not laser, will be actually defunct. Every technology that is used for negative purposes will be dismantled. Every technology will be dismantled. So I'm telling you now that it won't be They're not going to let that happen. Let me just do this here a little bit. Just trying to bring the light into a different place here. Can I do that? Okay. There's too much at stake right now. You see, they've gotten away on this planet all over the world for 70 years and lying to people about the existence of star people. Over 70 years in current human history. Lying constantly, you know. So it's really important that people understand where you are right now. As I do the lighting like this, is to give you a feeling of being in space. I want you to feel like you're in space and not just here on Earth in a room somewhere. I want you to feel like you're here in a different level of light. You know, I want you to feel the beauty of understanding of that light, because you're all beautiful souls and we love all of you. You see, we do. And I'm going to bring my sister up here. And we're all in space. Hello, sister.
Hi.
Hi, I'm in space right now.
I can see that.
I'm echoing on your phone.
I don't know why. I might be because of your ear pods.
Okay. Huh. I'll put the ear pods away. Let me see what happens. Okay, let me do that. Okay. Now
Hi, everybody.
Let me see what's happening here. Whoop, that's not what I want to do. Ear pods are off. Let me bring the volume up.
My Bluetooth is not on.
Okay, am I echoing now?
You're not echoing to me, but I don't know if anybody else is.
Okay, does everybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, I'll bring the volume up. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm still echoing.
Huh.
That's really weird. Why do I echo?
I don't know. I can't figure it out. I can go back out and try to come back in.
Yeah, try to do that. Let me see what happens. Because I think that I'm gonna ask my family on the Ashtar command to make sure that her phone that I don't echo on her phone. Robar, could you guys on the ship help so that April's phone that I don't echo on April's phone? Let's see what happens here. Okay, so but I echo on her phone through her phone. So let's see what happens. I'm going to pray that there's no echo. Okay, here we go. Ashtar command, please do not echo. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'll deal with the echo. Oh boy. So this will work out. So we're gonna get into what's happening currently. I talked briefly. I'm gonna put you on a mute for a second. So we're gonna talk about. I mentioned a little bit about the 8-year-old person that died. And I was at our friend's shop today, my wife and I. And when I mentioned the story about that little girl, I was in tears. I mean, I started crying. I felt really sad about it, you know. And I was talking about how we're not going to let that happen anymore. We're stopping it. The command is not going to let that happen anymore. And so that's where we were at this moment. So I'm going to turn it over to you, April. And any updates you would like to share with us, please go right ahead. Let me see here. Whoops.
So, yeah, so she was around 5, 6 years old. She's the same age as my granddaughter. And yeah, that's why I was having such a hard time processing. That's why it took me a few days. It's just, you know, to see that little, I don't know, it just really hit home for me. It was really, really tough to deal with. And I'm still not dealing with it very well. But you know, yeah, so the new updates, I got some new video footage of me being brought up onto the ship. My camera was able to capture me being beamed up. And during the day, because they brought me up today, during the daytime, mind you, this is like the third time during the day that they brought me up in the last 3 months. But anyways, so they were talking about these new low vibrational beings that the government have snuck in and gave the land to up in Antarctica, and now these beings are just going to town up there. They are help working with the reptilians and creating these underground under the ice tunnelways that are just going everywhere now. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to stay from being on the surface, so they can take resources from our planet. Is essentially what they want to do. And they also gave them free range to towards us, like what the Greys were doing, or the Zetas. So the Ashtar command is like, they're not having it. So we've got spies in there right now finding out what they're up to, and bringing this information back to us. So that's the latest stuff that's been going on.
And I think and that's so good. And April's been my friend. April is like a sister. She's been on the ships, and April. I can't even keep count anymore. I'm saying in the mid 40s. That whatever that is. But and also I think the government is afraid of us. Number one, the fact is there's 5 people: you, me, Chesno, Johnny, and Kit Kat, that are coming together through this type of medium, this social medium. I think is really uniquely amazing. Um, I have been in contact, I will say in general, with some people I know from a gathering called Contact in the Desert. And many years ago when they started, they actually had it in the desert. Well, it's in the desert out west. I think it's in Arizona or California. I'm not sure which, but I know this woman, and I told her the story about what we're all doing, and then I sent her a letter, and we might be able to eventually speak at this conference about what's going on to the people, to a large audience. And this is a conference that I really respect because of the people that they bring in. And so I just sent the letter today. We'll have more knowledge of that in the next few days. But that is positive stuff for us to know about. But the 5 of us, April, myself, Chesno, Kit Kat, and Johnny, they don't, the government doesn't want us to do what we're doing, and they can't stop us. They can't stop anything that's going on because this is very real. Everything we're talking about is very real, and what's going to happen is very real, and it will change the dynamics of the way we live on this planet. And all of us came here in human form, all had different experiences, different lives, different things happen, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. But we also came to the point where we've now come together, and we are stronger together and united together in this mission, and we will successfully complete what we're going to do when we have to do it. I'm going to switch it back over to April. Let's see here.
Okay. So now what were you saying? Now you were talking about this conference. Now what's going on with that?
Yeah, the conference is called Contact in the Desert. It's a very renowned conference of people involved in the contact UFO area. And I know the people there. And I said, you know what? I'm going to contact them and make some contacts. One of the women who's part of that group was very excited when I told her the story in general of what's happening. And she said, oh, yeah. I said, have you heard of the Ashtar Command? She says, oh, yeah. And she mentioned some stuff, and I think a number of people in that committee know about Ashtar Command. And when I talked to her, she said, send me a letter. I'll pass it on to the main group because they're going to be making in 2 weeks a decision for new speakers for 2025. And I think the world needs to know what's happening because in 2025, I think it would be great to be able to have us collectively represent the Ashtar Command and to speak before an audience of hundreds of people regarding what's happening, what the contact's going to be. I think my whole thing is communications, and I think I'm very selective about things. But Contact in the Desert, it's the most beautiful group of people that put on a conference in the United States, and I think this would be perfect. I'm going to switch it over to you. Let me see here. Come on, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to talk to the Ashtar Command and see what they have to say about all that.
Yeah. No, I know they're listening. So they know that I'm saying it right now. Tahar. I'm sure they're hearing it on their monitor screens. Um, but yeah, it just my consciousness. I meditated on this, and I know they just got done with their conference this year. Um, and I know some of the people that have spoken there this year who are just phenomenally beautiful people. So we'll see what they say. We'll see what happens. But it's definitely something that is in just the talking stages. So it's going to be a few days before I know anything. But we'll see what our commanders say on the ship regarding that. But so much is going on right now with everything we're talking about. And we do want to take your questions too. Matter of fact, one of the things I want to do is bring up two of the five that might be in here. I think Kit Kat's in here with us. So let's see who's here. I got to bring this down for a minute. Let's see, where's Kit Kat? Is Johnny here? Johnny, can you come up with us? Let's see if I can get Johnny. Let's see, Kit Kat, Johnny. Maybe Johnny's not here. I see Johnny here, where everybody is. I'm going to switch it back up to April. And as you know, as April talked about, the little child, the merc person, the command is on it. And in terms of the reptilians working with these other negative ETs in Antarctica, I'm absolutely certain that they'll find them. The command will find them, and they're going to be stopped. There's just no way we're going to allow this kind of garbage to happen with the secret government people that are allowing them and have like free will to do what they want in humanity and other life forms. It's not going to happen. Like April said, the Zeta, they were given carte blanche ability to do this for almost 70 years, and it's totally being stopped. I'm going to switch it over to April, and let me just press this button here. Okay, it's back to you, April.
Yeah. So so the Ashtar Command has been on top of it, guys. They have been. That's why you're hearing of less and less of these negative experiences that people are having with the Zetas. The Ashtar Command has been quietly rounding them up, them and the reptilians that have been creating havoc on our planet for so long. They don't have free reign anymore. They just don't. The Ashtar Command has been on top of it. They have been getting them off the planet, and which is really good. So a lot, like, you're not hearing a lot of these negative experiences happening. Not a whole lot anymore, because we've gotten so many of them. We have gotten through to so many different nests of these reptilians as well. And like I spoke on last time, most of these reptilians are wanting to go back home, so they're not putting up much of a fight. These nests are pretty large, though. I mean, some of them are saying that there are like thousands of them in a nest. There isn't. There's like 50 of them, and like maybe I think the biggest nest that we cleared out, there was like maybe 70, 80 of them in there. But that was the largest nest that we had cleared out. There's no thousands of them that people have been claiming to be. They lie. They lie so bad. They're trying to keep fear in us. And they're trying to keep us afraid, and it's not happening. There wasn't that many of them, guys, and most of them just gave up. They didn't even give us a fight. None of them. The real dark ones, the ones that are in cahoots with the government, those guys, the ones that are in charge, those are the ones that are putting up the fight and creating the fuss. But the rest of them, they don't even want to be here. They want to go back home and be with their families. They are not giving up too much of a fight. Most of them are more than happy to give up information and are going back to their planet. That's where they want to be, back with their families.
And let's see here. and a lot of these people, April, a lot of these other beings that don't want to be involved in this, they're like like you play a chess game and you have the pawns and the king and the queen and all the higher ups. So the higher ups want to do all this damage, but the pawns, we're finding out as you provide the information, which is great, that they really don't. They have families on their home planets that are saying, they wish they weren't on Earth being forced to do what they're doing. And in these cases, when you have really mean beings that want to tell the people that they've taken to Earth to do these things to Earth people and other life forms, and they don't want to do it, and when they've been caught and quarantined by the command, they interrogate them, and many of them, like April was saying, they don't want to be here, but they've been forced to be here to do what they're doing to the people and other life forms in our oceans. They've been forced to do this, and they don't want to do it. The truth comes out that they really don't want to be here. You just like on Earth, you have really beautiful people. You go down the street, and someone goes into a restaurant and opens the door for somebody and says, "Oh, go right in." And then someone says, "I'm not going to open the door for you. You open it." So what I'm saying is there's this mentality, even in probably different species of ETs, there's this mentality that all of them are all the same, and probably they're not. But the thing is, the ones that have been doing abductions, the reptilians and the Zeta Reticuli, I'm sure there are some that didn't want to do it, probably, but they've been forced to do all these things, and they've been working with our negative government, which is another part of a level of government on this earth that has been involved in bringing in the negative ETs. And when the solar eclipse happened, that's when they, as April had talked about it, that's when they stuck in these negative ETs, which April has documented on her property, trying to get in towards her property. But they were caught, they get sneaky, they try to do something, you know, and they think they can get to April or whatever, or any of one of us. They can't, because we're all protected. We have guards that each one of us has space people in our homes. I don't see them. I just know that I'm well protected. And that's really all that really matters, at the moment. So I'm going to switch it over to April. And if you have any questions, we will facilitate your questions here. Let me just do this here. Come on, microphone. There you go.
Yeah, as the commander says, they are very well aware of us. But the command, like I said, has been on top of it, guys. They have placed extra protection on the commanders and Kit Kat and Johnny. All of our property and our homes have extra guards placed at them now. So instead of four, we each have like six guards that are now currently watching over our homes and our families. Um, in my case, I have such a huge property, and where I'm located, they have guards that that are in my woods. One of them we've met on a live. He drives around in bluey, with so that's what we call them now. He drives around in a bluish orb, a smaller ship. It's a single person ship, and his name is Anthony. He's one of the Ashtar command guards, and he frequents and answers questions for us. But they have several of these guards placed out in the woods, so they patrol the woods quite frequently, and then my outside property, and then inside my home. um, with my properties, because of where it's located, because I'm so deep in the mountains, guys, that they actually have the Bigfoots are out here also protecting my property. They're the ones that actually got that negative low vibrational being off my out. It was on the outskirts of my property, trying to get onto my property, and the Bigfoots gathered them up. There was two of them out there, and they got them and got them out of here. So I feel very privileged, because we are so well protected, and the Ashtar Command is just really looking out for us.
Mm, mm. And the other thing is, the fact is, those two negative beings, and April has documented this. There's pictures of them trying to do what they're going to do, and then the Bigfoot gets them. So I don't know. I don't think they're too smart. They're brought into the earth with technology of the I can't remember what that is anymore. It's not a collider. It's whatever that is in Europe that they used. But they had opened up, as April had stated, several different portals were open. They closed them, but these beings got through, and the government that is supporting them, the secret government, thinks that they're going to get away with this. The problem is that we're up to their tricks. You see, they can't get away with this. These ETs are going to be caught. They can't get on April's property. It's like an Ashtar. It is an Ashtar command base. What are they going to do? Come in and try to sneak into the Ashtar command base on April's property and say, "Here we are. We're gonna get you, April. We're gonna get the rest of you guys." The Ashtar command is going to get every one of these negative ETs, and they're going to be taken care of and sent back to where they came from, into whatever dimension they came from, and Zippo. They're not going to be here anymore. See, they're pulling out all the strings right now, the secret government, and that's not the surface government, folks. The secret government is operating and trying to stop what is going on. They're trying to stop the contact. They think by doing all this crazy stuff, they're going to do it. They have ETs, the reptilians working with other beings like the Zeta in small groups in Antarctica, and the government's giving them everything they want. They can have nice bedrooms. I don't know if they have nice bedrooms, but they're going to give them everything they want, right? The truth is, no matter what they give them, no matter how they try to hide them, they cannot hide because we know they're there. They're in Antarctica. They have these bases they've set up for them. So, hey, Astro Command comes in there, they're going to get those space people that are negative, and they will be interrogated and sent off the planet. The Astro Command knows what it's doing. More fleets of our ships are coming to Earth, and there will be many more coming for contact. And you can't stop the beauty of what is going to occur on Earth. And it's going to bring everyone together, as we've spoken about, as you've learned about the Bigfoot, how they work with the command, the fairies, the mer people. It's going to bring everything together, because we're all supposed to live together in harmony. We're not supposed to be, they wanted us to believe that these things were just fictional characters, right? Fairies were fictional. Mer people were fictional. They're not fictional. They're breathing, living beings, beautiful people, and they exist, and they can't stop it. I'll switch it over to April. Let's see here. I'm trying to unmute the mic.
So yeah, no, guys, they can't stop it. These beings have been here for thousands of years. These guys were here for a very long time. I mean, the Anunnaki have been here for a really long time, and these guys have been here and they've been waiting. They've been waiting for us to be ready, guys. They're waiting for us to wake up. They're waiting for us to stop all the nonsense and be ready to start healing our planet. Well, now we're ready. They heard our cries. They heard us needing help, and now they're here, guys. They're here, and they're here to help. They've been here. They've been here waiting for us to be ready, guys. And we are now ready. The people, I know that the people in this room, the people that follow the commander, and I know the people that follow me are ready. And we've been saying we're ready. The commander's ready to dive in head first. He was ready yesterday.
Oh yeah, I'm ready right now. I'll dive right through the computer screen. Oh boy. Yeah, and we are ready. And when April talks about being ready, we are ready. Like, for example, I've said it to them, and I know my family's listening on the spaceship. I am so ready to help in any way I can. I mean, I know they want me to do the radio and the TV thing, which I'm doing, and I'm very blessed and humbled to be able to know how to do broadcasting and know how to speak on broadcasting systems and radio and TV systems. But I'm ready to go in there and lend a hand whenever they want us, any of us, to come on the ship. The five of us, they don't have to wait till the rest of the fleets get here. We can go up the ship, and the council should think about this. I know that they have a divine plan, and I completely support that. But we are ready. I mean, like April says, she knows from day one. There's a car with an engine making a lot of noise coming out there. But we are ready. If I could just jump into the rift onto the ship, I'd do that tonight and then do whatever work we had to do. If I had to go and help the mer people, I would help the mer people. That's how much love I have in my heart, because I come from the very foundation of love, as April does, as Johnny has does. Many of you come from that foundation of love, because love is the answer of everything. You see, when we live in harmony in the universe, everything flows beautifully. When we live in disharmony and we don't have that connection of harmony, everything is dysfunctional. Everything doesn't operate right. So it's really time for us to be in harmony with the Creator, in harmony with the universe, in harmony with all of creation, all the beauty that has been created. And where there is the negative ETs and all this other stuff going on, that stuff can be stopped and will be stopped, because it is time for us to reunite together with our star families, with all the beings of light, all the different beings on our earth that have lived here amongst us quietly, trying to not make any noise, so to speak. The Bigfoot, the Sasquatch, they're very intelligent people, beings, but we have, been seeing all kinds of crazy documentaries that are ridiculous, making them look like they're, ready to hurt somebody, and that's not the truth. And there's been so much misinformation about the Bigfoot, and we call it Bigfoot for lack of a better terminology, but they are also they have families, and they also have intelligence. And as April was saying, they're very beautiful, and they're working with the Ashtar. They are part of the Ashtar command, and this beauty and this synergy that we bring together, it makes a big difference. So yeah.
And the commander's speaking the truth. One of my best friends is a Bigfoot being, guys. His name is Pumpkin, and me and Pumpkin have been friends for a lot of years now. And he is funny and he is smart. He speaks several different languages, and he can telepathically communicate. And I am really close with their family. As a matter of fact, they allowed me to be there when his baby Bigfoot sister was born, and her name is Rosebud. And she is the cutest little thing. Well, she's not little anymore, but she's she's getting big. But she is so cute, guys, and they love their families and cherish their families just like we do. They raise their families, and that's all they want, is just to live in peace with us, guys. The TV and the government, they twisted it all up and they made it seem like these were big, hairy monsters that were just here to throw rocks at us, and they were unintelligent, and they didn't know how to speak, and they were just like, big giant apes, and they're not. They're truly not. I mean, Pumpkin is so funny. Like he does stuff all the time to, like, when I'm having a bad day, like, just for instance, I'm just going to use this for an example. The other day I was having a terrible day. I was hot. I had been at work all day. I was just cranky, and I was trying to do a live. I couldn't really get anything to focus, and here comes Pumpkin, and he knew I was having a bad day, and he picks up this beetle and he chucked it at me and threw it and hit me in the head, just to get me to laugh. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I look down and there's a big beetle on me. And then I can hear him hiding behind a tree snickering, because he's a little turkey, this is this kind of stuff he does. And it's just funny. I had brought in the fairies. I often leave them little snacks out there because they work hard all month long, and they work on the trees and ushering the seasons in and all that stuff, guys. But they were out there and they were just working hard, and so I went and I got a bunch of snacks and I brought them out there, and I forgot I had this bag of sweetened sugared dates, so I brought them out. And Pumpkin was so afraid he wasn't going to get some of these dates that he snatched up the whole bag. And I said, Pumpkin, I said, you can't take that whole bag. You have to leave some for the little guys. And he looks at me and he holds up the bag. He sticks it under his nose. He goes, and he sniffs it, and he's like holding it up going, I got, like the, I got the whole bag. Then he lays down on his side, puts his arm underneath his head, and he's stretched right out, and he's holding that bag and he's shaking it at me. And I'm just like, you are such a brat. But this is the sense of humor he has. He's really funny. He's a younger Bigfoot. I would say if I had to put him in human years, he'd probably be in his, like, well, he's in his early about 20s, 20s now, but he is hysterical. He's super funny, really smart, and these guys are the ones that open up the portals, guys, that create the sparks, and it takes several really strong, really big Bigfoot beings to open up a portal. They physically have to pull these portals open to get them to open up. But when they open them up, that's when the good ships, the dimensional ships, can come through. And these guys have been actively out there doing it. As a matter of fact, tonight, before I came on to Commander Show, I was doing a live, and the Bigfoots were up there opening portals because 3 new ships came through tonight.
So let's get into that. So I was on your live when that was happening. 3 new ships have come in, and many more are coming. As April's talking about the ships, we have fleets of ships that are not even here yet. They're coming from so far, far away beyond our physical universe, so to speak. And that's why the Ashtar Command is waiting, is they're waiting for the rest of these ships to come. And they are coming in drips and drabs, but there's many, many fleets of ships of light that are coming, folks. If you realize this, there are many, many more coming. It's not that there are not enough ships. I don't think there are enough. I think they're actually bringing in every single fleet of light here to Earth. That's how much they care about the life forms on this planet. That's how much the Ashtar Command cares about every single aspect of life, from flowers, the bees, from the whales, the dolphins, the merpeople, the Bigfoot, all of us, all life forms are loved and cared for. And so that's why they're coming in force to make sure that we are able to, number one, it's time for it to happen. Number two, not only is it time for it to happen, it's time for the reunification of the light forces on Earth. Earth used to be a planet that was operating in a higher vibrational pattern, but then all these different galactic wars happened, and then negative ETs came into the solar system a long time ago and started wreaking havoc on planets, and a lot of problems existed. But now the forces of light are coming back. Many of you on Earth volunteered to be here. Believe it or not, you volunteered to be here to do something greater than yourselves. You came here for a very specific purpose. Many of you know what that purpose is. Many of you are asking questions about that purpose. And as we proceed with these broadcasts, April and I, and together on Sunday nights and whatever, you're going to learn more and more about what's going on. Stuff that you're not going to hear about on some TV UFO documentary on History Channel or on YouTube. You're going to hear about it right here. We don't have April and I don't have fancy studios or whatever, but who cares? It's not about how fancy the studio is. It's more important that we're giving you real information that's not channeled. We don't have pendulums. We don't have a crystal ball that we're both looking at and say, April, can you look at your crystal ball? I'm going to look at my crystal ball. What does your crystal ball tell you? You see? And if you watch us, that you can count on us to give you real information that will help you, because we have no egos. Everything we're doing for humanity. We're doing for you unconditionally. Whatever it is we have to do, we will do. If our space family tells us, can you do this? We will do it. We don't even question it, because we know there's a greater purpose in what we're doing. And that is why we're here now. That's why everything is switching. That's why the vibrational patterns on this planet are crazy. That's why everything is starting to change. So let's switch it over to April.
There we go. But yeah, guys, and what the commander is saying is true. These beings are coming from so far away, and there are so many of them coming because we have a vast planet, guys, and it's not just the surface; it's underneath the ocean waters, it's up in the skies. Like, guys, there are sky cities that have already been established here by our space families. They have built these sky cities that are in our clouds. A lot of people have reported seeing them over the years. You know, they think that, oh, look at, there's a glimpse into heaven, and oh, they've had so many different comments about these sky cities when they have spotted them, but they're actually cities that were created by our star families. They live in these cities. They also work in these cities that are up in our they're also going to be giving us choice, guys, when after contact happens. Like, we'll be able to lessen the amount of people that live on our surface, you know, like on the land. And people are going to have choice to be able to go live underneath the ocean's waters if they want to, because there are several cities underneath there that are habitable for humans. They have these sky cities, and those are also going to be able to be, people are going to be able to go up there and live and work and all of that. We're going to have choice, guys, of where we want to live on the planet. And not to mention the fact that, you know, all this stuff of us having to pay for electricity, having to pay for food, having to pay for our basic needs, guys. There's money's not going to be a thing anymore. After contact happens, that's just not going to be a thing. We are going into such a beautiful place. They have shown me a glimpse into what our future is going to look like, guys, and I can tell you that it is absolutely beautiful. It kind of reminded me of one of the commander's renditions of the Ashtar command, the way the cities looked and stuff, the way that we will be living, guys. We're still going to be living kind of like how we're living now, but it's going to be a lot more beautiful. Our world is going to be a lot more cleaned up, and we're also going to have different beings living around us and with us, working with us. We're going to be living in our Earth's almost natural state, but with technology.
Yeah, and that is a beautiful thing. And if you've never seen the cities, the Ashtar Command, let me do this here. Wait a minute. The Ashtar Command has created these cities, and they're able to create them very quickly. And they have one of the cities that has been created. As a matter of fact, I'll show it to you. Let me go in here. I'm going to go into my picture thing here for a minute. Let me get in here. Wait a minute. Can I do this? Yeah, sure I can. What am I doing? I'm going to show you one of the pictures of, and this is from April, that April has. Let's see if I can find it. Is it there? Okay. Okay. I'm going to move my face out of the way here for a minute. So this here is one of the, I'm going to put April back on here. Wait a minute. I'm going to let her. Okay.
So what happened here, guys, is they this is how they, when they first started having contact with me, they started allowing me to get glimpses of these cities and started allowing me to have glimpses of the way, like, they live underneath the ocean's waters. But if you look behind the commander, that light opening, I know it's very small, but that darker piece that's in the middle, that is an actual city that is in our clouds, guys. They have these cities that are in our clouds, and they have these force fields that they created around them. So now people have said that these are glitches in the matrix, and they see like frozen birds stuck in the sky. Those aren't frozen birds stuck in the sky, guys. Well, they're frozen and they're stuck in the sky, but what they did is they created these safety nets around the cities, because they're aware that there's planes and things like that are flying around in the sky. So they created these safety nets around them. And so what happens is, if, say, like a bird flies into it, so the bird doesn't get hurt, it'll be frozen, and then an Ashtar command smaller ship will come through, gather up the bird, face it a different direction, and set it free. So it's not, you know, so it doesn't get hurt. They've done this with airplanes as well, because a few airplanes have been stuck in these safety nets. Well, they'll get the airplane, they'll move it down or they'll move it up with the ships, and they'll send them on their way. But this is one of the cities that are in our clouds right now. There's several of them, guys. They're all over the world.
and this is one that was taken on April's property in the skies of Vermont about a few months ago, I would say. And so what we're showing you here is all documented. Everything that April does is documented. All the ships, the video of the spaceship a few about less than 2 weeks ago. That was at night above her. She showed her car in the video. Right above it was a huge spaceship and an invisible opening to take her on the ship. And so everything is being documented. The command wants April to document everything, and especially if we're talking to you on this show or April's doing a live, want everything to be documented so no one can get on and say, "Oh, I don't believe you." This is the real deal, folks. This is as real as it gets. Let me just get in here and just get out of the thing I was in here. Let's do this here. I gotta go back in my enhanced thing here. Okay, here we go. But this is as real as it gets, what we're talking about. We want you to know the truth. We want you to know, the things that are really starting to happen off planet, in the earth. The fact that we've had advanced spiritual beings living on our planet simultaneously for probably millions of years. At the same time, we have Earth-based humanity living on the surface of Earth. Now I'm going to turn it over to April so she can describe that. That's the ship. I'm going to turn it over to her right now. And let me just do this here. I'll let April show that picture.
Okay, guys, so this is a ship that appeared this let me get my hand in here. So this right where my hand is at, that's my car. That's the end. This right here is the end of my car, and these lights are an opening to a ship that just appeared. They were actually waiting for me. This was last Sunday, Commander, when I was on live with you. Remember, I told you I had to go. This was that night. This was that night that my security cameras picked it up, and the ship went this direction. It was a lot longer. I actually have a video of it, but and this is an opening to it. This light just appeared. My camera picked it up for some reason. My night vision on my security camera was able to pick it up, and so this is the opening, and this is the opening to the ship that had appeared.
And that opening, folks, this is what I mean by documentation. Everything that April's showing you and that we are sharing with you. And April, you come on live on the screen. That'd be great. With your real person, if that's possible. Everything she's showing you is all documented, and we're being very transparent about you seeing these things. We just want you to know that the space people of the command are here now. They've set up their base. They protect themselves. They're well protected without a question. But April is very well protected, and so are the rest of us, because they can't touch us. Because they'd like to try to touch us. They're never going to get near us, because we're not going to let that happen. The command won't let that happen, and we're going to we're kicking some butt around here. We're just kicking butt left and right. April knows that. I know that. Johnny knows that. Chesno knows that. Kit Kat knows that, and all of you should know that we're here for all of you, and we're just going to kick the negative ETs off this planet. They'll never be able to come back, and plus, contact and vibrational levels are getting so high now. Do you realize how much energy is coming into this planet, how high it is now? Sometimes you might feel discomfort. We all do, even April, myself. There will be days where you feel like irritable and stuff, because all this energy is coming in, and we have to now figure out how to integrate it into our physical form. But as this energy comes in, we are able to take it and generate it into a higher vibrational consciousness. That's the key. When all this stuff happens and you feel like all that energy, sit down, meditate, get away from everybody, and just absorb the energy and integrate it into your cellular structure, so you can actually integrate it to the point of being at that high level of consciousness. That's where we're going. The negative ETs, they're nothing. I can hit them with a baseball bat. I mean, that hit them physically, but they're nothing. They think they're something. The government thinks they're something, but everything is going to fall apart. Do you realize that everything has to fall apart? And it's not bad that everything will fall apart, because what falls apart is an artificial structure of control on this planet that should have never happened, never, and it's gonna end, and it's gonna end soon. I'm gonna turn it over to April. Let's see here. Come on, there we go. Whoops, they're probably laughing on the ship. Let's see here. Come on.
Hang on.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, so this is actually me being beamed up onto the ship today. That's me. That's what my security camera picked up today.
Oh wow, that form below that is you going into the ship.
Yep.
Wow.
I had to slow it down because it happens really fast. Like there's a flash of light and then I'm beamed up onto the ship, but my security camera picked it up. I had to slow it down and go frame by frame to get it. But this is what my security camera picked up because it detected movement and I couldn't figure out why it was pointing up. So I went through frame by frame and I picked me up being beamed up onto the ship.
I must say you look quite different.
You can see my body's like curled up. Hang on, let me show you the other one.
Yeah.
So there's like several shots as I'm being brought up. It starts off from you can see it start off from down below, and then it you can see it bringing me up. But I had to take snapshots going frame by frame.
Was that? Let me do this here. Is that a beam of light into a opening into the ship, and then you are going into the middle of the opening? Can you explain it to everybody? Let me just do this here.
Okay, so what happened was I was actually outside. I heard them calling me, but I was already outside because I was doing some yard work. I heard them calling me, but I didn't expect to be taken up during the day because they normally take me at night as to not be seen. But while I was standing outside, a flash of light beamed around me, and then I was up in the ship. It happens very, very fast. When they beam you up, it's like an instant. So it's like I didn't see any. Everyone always asks me, does it look scary when you're being beamed up? I don't even know. It happens so fast. The only thing I see is a bright white light, and then I'm on the ship. It happens very fast. That's why I had to go frame by frame to capture it, to be able to see me being beamed up. But you can see my body's curled up. I don't know. It just a flash of light, and then poof, I'm up on the ship. But yeah, that's me being beamed up. That's the second documentation I've got me being beamed up.
So I was asking, how do we raise our vibrations?
That's a really good question. You can raise your vibrations just by being a good person, really. A lot of meditation helps. Also, keep yourself in the Christed light is a great way of keeping your vibrations up. Guys, these guys understand that we are humans. These guys understand that, we're not perfect. They get it, nobody's perfect. So they don't expect everybody to be saints. They know that, we've done things and made mistakes. They get it, but what they want, guys, is they want us to just start doing the next right thing, start taking better care of our planets, better care of ourselves, start loving each other and being forgiving. Forgiveness is a really huge one with these guys, and they want us to start, really loving ourselves, because if we're not loving ourselves, guys, we're not going to be good to anybody else if we're not happy with who we are. You guys have to start being looking more into yourselves and start focusing on loving who you are and being happy, guys, because You know, we've got a lot to be happy for. We really do. We've got the Ashtar command that is here now. We've got all these space beings coming contacts about to happen, guys. It's all up to us. Our planet is going to be back to a beautiful paradise, and these are things that we have to look forward to for our future, and not just for us, but for our children.
It's so important that I'm going to do this again. Hold on. It's so important that we realize as we go into the future of what's happening on our Earth. Whoever knew that this would be the time that contact was going to happen? I mean, as a kid growing up, did I ever know that? I mean, I had my contact experience with part of my space family when I was a preteen, with the spaceship with the people with light blue outfits on, who were very beautiful men and women. And beyond that, did I ever feel or remember that there was going to be a contact period when we'd all be here in this day and age with TikTok and all this social media, and finally come together with people that we didn't even know before we came here, and to know that we are actually physically going to be part of something greater than ourselves? If you asked me, 5 years ago, would I be in this position? I would never say yes. I would never know it. I would just be saying, okay, I'm doing my mission work. I'm doing my radio show. I'm trying to help people. I do these workshops once in a while, and that to me was how I felt was the way I was doing things. Now I find out I never knew this. I knew I had I knew I had a family off planet, for many years. I just never knew, how they would contact us, how they would connect with us. They did. When I met April last year, when she was on my show, I had no idea, and this is as organic as it gets, that I had a mother and a father, two sisters, and a brother on a spaceship. If you asked me that 10 bazillion years ago, I would never know that. I mean, I felt I had something more than just my biological family. I think some of you feel the same way. But if you asked me that 5 years ago, I would say that there is somebody or some buddies that I'm connected with before coming to Earth, and I must have some sort of a family before I came here. And when I met April, as the story unfolds, I found out I do have a father and a mother and two brothers and sisters off planet. And it really opened my eyes up to things I didn't know. I'm going to let April speak. Let's do this here.
So guys, I was doing a I do delayed lighting shows when sometimes when I do my lives, and it's so that other people who don't have the gift of being able to see these dimensional beings can see them. Also so that sometimes when I'm doing these live delayed lightings, the Ashtar command will come through because I'll play music and we'll have a lot of fun. When I was having one of these, the actual Ashtar command came through, and this was one of the pictures that was captured off my live. This is my father. This is Knockanook. It only got half the picture. I'm sorry, that's the best we could get it. But this is Knockanook. This is one of the space beings that I'm in contact with. This is my space father, guys. And you can tell he looks like he is in his 20s, but he is actually a couple of thousand years old. Both mine and Commander's parents are.
Yeah, it's amazing. Let me put this away. Let's see this here. So April has all the photos. April, do you have photos of my mother or father that we can show at all? She has hundreds of photos. She's documented everything. It's pretty amazing. It really is. I think she might have a picture of my father and my mother from the spaceship, and if she does, we'll show you that if it's possible. And what we're saying is that not only do we have family beyond Earth, that is our true biological family off planet. All of you have family. Most of you have a mother and father off planet. You all do. And the thing is, at some point, you will eventually get to meet them. Again, it's going to be focused on meditation, focused on inner reflection, focused on just being centered, learning how to use telepathy, because we're really telepathic beings in our human form. We have the ability to telepathically communicate. Once we know how to tune in to that cosmic frequency, what our parents are, we can communicate with them, you see? And all of you will have that beautiful connection. I think all of you will, you know? It's just a matter of time. And, you know, it's not exclusive. It's not, let me bring April back on and talk about this photo. Let me just do this here. Let's see.
Now, this is Commander Robar. This is Commander's father. He has dark brown hair. It's pulled back into a ponytail. He's got you can see he's got a turtleneck on, and he's wearing some kind of cape over his shoulders. But this is Commander's father. I'm sorry it's so blurred, but he had came through a rift. That's why that lighting is around him. But this is Commander's father who had come through for a visit.
And my father, my biological cosmic father, I love my father very much. You know, now that I know who my father is, you know, I think about them all the time. I think about my father, you know, and it's such a beautiful thing to know that, and to let you know that, you know, our parents aren't monsters. They're beautiful people. Look at my father. You can see us as clear as day. You can see the hair on his head. You can see his human face, his body. Our space family is very beautiful, you know, and it's a shame that on Earth, all these documentaries and movies about space people and ETs have been so negative. It's been an indoctrination to make people think that when contact happens, watch out because the evil monsters are going to get you. And it's such a lie, you know, and we're exposing the truth. April's showing you her father. See how beautiful her father was. And I'm going to switch it over to April on this picture here. Let me do this here. So we're showing you things because we want you to know what the space people really look like. Let me just do this here.
No, this is a picture of my mother, and if you can see, her actual wings are pointed downwards. Now, I'm an my space being self is from the angelic realm, and she's that's my space mother, and you can see that and the energy wings that are behind her, and you can see her hair, you can see her face. She's wearing her own clothes here. She's not wearing an Ashtar Command uniform. They don't always wear the uniform. They do have their own clothing, but this is her. She'd come through on the rift during one of my delayed lighting things. That's why she looks kind of awkward. But this was her coming through on the rift. This night, the commander's father had come through. My mother came through. They're always together. They're the best of friends. So wherever one traveled, the one set of parents travel, the other ones are always with them. They do sit on the high council. Both of our parents do. And when these guys, you know, move on or can't perform their duties, it'll be mine and the commander's job to sit in their place.
Yeah, so we have a great deal of responsibility. You know, many moons ago, before I met April, my friend Ashtar Athena, who's married to Ashtar, the real Ashtar, she is a contactee from the 50s and 60s. She knew all the contactees from Giant Rock, all the people that wrote books about being on Venusian spaceships. She taught me so much when I met her through Sedona Journal many years ago. I met her because I was at a Bashar channeling years ago, and this person, Andrew, channeled Bashar. Dal Anka, if you know Bashar, this other person, Andrew, knows Dal Anka, but his wife told him she was not happy with my friend Andrew bringing through Bashar. And so he doesn't do that anymore. He's in Florida somewhere. But this woman, Ashtar Athena, my dear, I call her my cosmic mom. She is a beautiful, delightful person. She used to be on BBS radio in California. She did the voice of the Ashtar Command. You would love her if you. I tried to get her on TikTok, but to no avail yet. But she's in her 70s, and she has been off planet many times, and she's always has a connection to our space family. She taught me so much. I'm gonna let April talk about this picture here. So everything we're showing you tonight is just beautiful, beautiful things here that you need to see. Hold on a minute. Okay.
So this again is another picture of my mom. I know she's doubled because she had just come through the rift, but you can see her wings are wide open. Their wings are made out of energy, and they're functioning wings. But these are our space parents, guys. These are them. These are the beings that we are in contact with. These are the beings that are waiting for us. These aren't ugly monsters. These aren't three-legged lizard-looking creatures. They look like us, guys, and their wings aren't always up like they're, like angels all the time. They usually keep them tucked behind them. So when you look at them, they look just like us, guys. They really do, with the exception of they're beautiful and they glow. But and they're taller than us. But they look very, very humanoid.
Yeah, and not only that, I'm just going to bring it back here. I also, being the host of the show, I took out this person, this religious person ranting and raving. I took him out, so no worries, folks. They're gone. We get them once in a while. So yeah, Divine Innovations is gone, everybody. We took him out. So as you can see, the pictures we show you that April's documenting, these are real photos. These are not made up photos. These are really things that are happening right now. When I say now, not tonight specifically, but now in the now moment. Our families can come through the rift. They can appear in their physical body, and they do in her room. They're able to be right there. They're physically there. They're not astral projecting anywhere. They're physically there. And the beauty of this is that what we're trying to teach you is that our space people, our families, our biological cosmic family, and in general, our space family is real. These beings, these people are real people. They are family people like we are. They have families on their own, on their own planets. They have lives of their own, and they intergalactically travel on their mission work to help various planets beyond not just Earth, but they've helped many planets through the many eons of time and space, and they're here to help us now. Does my father come to me also? Um, I'm gonna. I don't know that I've ever seen my father come to me here. Not yet. If they come to me, maybe I'm sleeping, but I haven't had that experience yet. I'm okay with that. I mean, when time comes, I know I will meet both my father and also my mother, Luna. My father is Robar, and I will eventually meet them at some point. I'm going to switch it over to April here. Let's do this. I appreciate the question.
So these are some of the smaller singular crafts that were documented up in my mountains, and you can actually see the driver of the ship in this one. This is a dimensional ship that had just come through a portal that the Bigfoots had opened up, and this was the ship as it was being pulled through the portal. You can actually see the driver of the ship. Now these are Ashtar command ships. This was a single driver. Now listen, guys, these ships right here are actually on our planet now in storage. They have these big caverns that they have been storing and bringing technology down and putting it away for when contact happens. All this technology, this is medical equipment, smaller spacecrafts, like special space cars that will be able to drive that run on like special power. And I mean, there's so many devices down there, guys. I mean, just huge caverns. Like, I can't even tell you, like football stadium big cavern just full of medical equipment, med beds, small ships. There's like these Land Rovery type car things that run off of their electricity that they create. I mean, just so much stuff, guys, and all of this stuff is going to come up to the surface after contact happens. This was one that was going to storage, I found out.
And as you look at the photo, you can see the human space person like they're sitting at the controls in that singular ship. If you look closely, you can obviously see they're sitting. They're probably wearing a space outfit, if anything, and they're in control of that singular ship, which April is showing you. So Everything you're seeing here, we want to reveal to you now because we want you to know that this is really happening. We want you to know that we're not kidding around about contact. We're not, hoping and having wishful thoughts about contact. We're not sitting here channeling kumbaya. We don't have Oshkosh Biyosh coming through April or me and saying, "You're so beautiful, everybody. We love you. We'll be back on tomorrow night and tell you some more stories." And now you got to check this out. This is from January 20th of 2024, and April will discuss with you. This is an actual photo. This really did happen, and it has been taken and it's documented. So I'll switch it over to April on this one. Let's see here. Oh. Wait a minute. Oh. You can unmute yourself on that end, I think.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, so this is a weather ship. Now, this ship shape shifts because of the type of metal that it is. This ship is one of those ones that people have documented seeing. The Tic Tac ships. This ship can look like this. It can also look like what was it? Oh, the sphere ships, and this one also turns into jellyfish ship. These are the ships that clean up our atmosphere, that have been here doing this quietly. They have been cleaning up the chemtrails. They have been purifying our water. They borrow water, our moisture. They borrow moisture from our planet, from our trees, and they have an agreement with our like trees and plants and things like that. They have been communicate with them. They ask permission and they borrow the moisture from them. They use the moisture to for things like their cloud cities, for cloaking their ships and things like that. That's why people are always like, those clouds don't look right. I know there's a ship hidden in there. Well, that's moisture that's being borrowed from our planet. But here's the thing, guys, after they're done using it for their cloaking and all that stuff, they purify the water and put it back to our planet cleaned.
Yeah.
So
can you show them that ship right there? Okay. And that is the, let me just get this in there. Hold on. That is the ship that's the weather ship. That's an Ashtar command ship. It looks kind of like saucer shaped. And that is one of the Ashtar command ships that is involved with that. Matter of fact, I believe, and part of the story is my space brother is in that ship. He commands that ship of the weather ship. I'll turn it over to April on that. Let's see here. Okay.
So, did you have a vehicle go by?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I thought they were communicating. But yeah, so Commander's brother actually works on one of the cloud cities, and what he does is, or he basically is like one of their leaders, like almost like a mayor of one of their cloud cities, and he is in charge of um, the devices that purify our water and bring it back to our planet. He also, along with the commander's father, places devices on our planet. They're like pyramid-shaped devices, and they put them on the Earth. And what these devices do is, when the ships come with the water, the cleaned water, is that they use I call them tornadoes. They're not tornadoes. They're like water spigots that come down from the ship, and they spread the water all over the place, but they look like small tornadoes that come down. But to know where to put the water, where the water is most needed, or where it's most welcome, is they place these devices on the ground. And I actually have a picture of the commander's father standing with his foot up on one of these devices while he's waiting for the ship to drop the water down. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay, that'll be good. My father with his foot up. Let me do this here. So you're getting a treat tonight. This is the first time we're really showing you a lot of photos of actual things. Her mother, her father, my father, Robar. And so we're showing you as much as we can here to let you know how real this is. I'm going to turn it back over to April here. Let me I wish that car would stop doing what it's doing. Let's see here. All right.
Okay, sorry half this photo got cut out, but this right here is the commander, and this is the device that they place on the ground, and these are the water spigots. I'm sorry it's so blurry, guys. It's just because it's the picture transfer, but this is the water spigots. These two lines right here are the water spigots coming down, and this is the device that they place down, and this human right here, humanoid person with their leg up on it right here, that's the commander's father. It looks better when you see, it looks better when you see the whole picture, but
yeah, let's see if we can. I'll try to bring the whole picture out. Let's see here. Can we do it? Oh, it doesn't make any difference. Let me do this here. Wait a minute. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm gonna strain this out here. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay. So that is. I'm just gonna put it on mute again for a minute. You can see my father with his leg out in the bottom. So if you look, my father's leg is there, his human body, and you can see his arm also. There's his arm and his leg. I'll switch it over to April.
so these are the pyramid devices that they place down the earth, so the moisture knows where to go to. So they have these water spigots come down and spread the water out. And this up here is the woods actually across from where I live. This is a huge mountainous area, guys, where the higher the elevation, the water usually travels down the mountain. So the plants that are up higher really need the moisture. So the spigots of water were coming down at the top of the mountain, and these guys were actually down on the planet because they're not being seen up there. These are heavily wooded areas, guys. This is like 50 miles from where I live. I'm really lucky I got this shot. I really am. My other phone has a great camera on it, so I was really able to zoom in, which is why it's so pixelated, but I got the shot. So you can see the commander's father there. That's him leaning on the device, and the two lines up here are the spigots coming down. Sorry it's so pixelated, but we do
It gives people a sense of what you're saying is everything we can show you about how real this is and how real everything is coming together. Oh, my cat's coming in. Here comes the cat. She's got food and water. She was sleeping. Now she's meowing. She'll be all right. She's going to meow for a few minutes, but we'll turn it back over to April. But that's my father, and that, as he described, is another picture of him doing some work off the ship. This here. Oh, okay. Here we go. I'll let April unmute herself.
These are all photos of Ashtar Command ships. Now this is one of the jellyfish ships right here. That first ship that we saw, that silver ship, this is what they can turn into. These ones clean up when they turn into this one. These are the ones that clean up the chemtrails out of our atmosphere when the lower vibrational beings are doing these holographic planes that really aren't planes. What they are is they're low vibrational spaceships dropping chemicals on us that are making us sick. This big dark thing that this is underneath, this is a mothership, guys. This big dark thing, this is a mothership. This is why they keep my property so heavily protected, is because I am close to a actual space station, and there are portals being opened up constantly for dimensional ships to come through. But it's like an ET truck stop over here, I'm telling you.
Hey there. It's an ET truck stop. You know that waitress April there and the April Cafe in northern Vermont? We went to stop there. April's a good cook. She cooks us some intergalactic food there. We stop with our spaceships at the intergalactic station above the mountain there in Vermont. We have some Green Mountain coffee there, and maybe get some cows, and we'll have some of that organic milk, and get some, like vegetarian bacon or something. She's a great cook there on the ship. Beyond being a commander, that April can do all that stuff. So that big intergalactic space station, we're gonna stop there for a while and hang out with April. Then we gotta go do our mission work, folks. We can't get stuck dancing to some music in our house. You got mission work to do now. You know that, right? I'm just kidding, but April knows what I mean. I'm gonna switch it over to April.
So this is Ashtar Command scanning my property for lower vibrational beings, making sure that none was able to infiltrate the property. They do the same thing to the commander's home. The only reason I was able to pick this up was because I have night vision cameras on my outside security cameras. So this happens in every single one of the 5 of our group. This happens in our home pretty much every night. They scan our property every single night or every single day just to make sure that nothing has gotten onto our properties or homes or wherever we're at. But this is a ship scanning my land.
And that's what we mean. So that's one other thing you now know. I'm going to let April speak. She's pointing at the scanning devices. So those scanning devices are coming from cloaked ships above us that can't be detected by any military radar on Earth. The Pentagon can't detect our ships or anything, and they scan because they are protecting us, because we are. The word important in a very non-egotistical way means that we're important to the mission. We're important because of what we're going to be doing. Once we are able to go public with what we're doing, then it becomes even more greater, the situation. Um, and the fact is, with all the craziness that they're trying to pull with the negative ETs, with the government people working with them, they can't stop it. You know, they think they're trying to mess with us, and they're messing with the wrong people. Especially with us 5, they're messing with the wrong people. April, me, Chesno, Johnny, and Kit Kat. Are you kidding me? They're messing with the wrong 5, without a question. I'm gonna turn it over to April.
That's right, guys. These guys not only have to attend with the Ashtar Command, but we also have fairies that are protecting us, and they also have the Bigfoot beings that are protecting us. And they're here, guys. They've been here. They've been doing their job. And if you're wondering what this is behind me, this is Handsome Hank. He is sticking his arm out trying to get in on the show. He's glitching through the background. That's his arm and his body.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm. That's his hand sticking out. He was being so bad earlier. He stuck his middle finger out. He was being so bad. I said, say hi. He waves, and then he sticks his finger. I started to stick his finger out. I said, don't you do it. And he made it go out long. I'm like, really? You're such a brat.
Yeah, it's crazy, but there's just so much going on. And if people just realize how important it is that let me do this in a minute. That how important it is that we come to an understanding now. I think this is a great show, because what we want you to do is know that all of this stuff is happening. We want you to just realize that there's a place where all of this is happening, and it's all real, and it's all happening now, in the now moment. It's all happening as we speak. Every day, every night, something is happening, and it's going to continue to increase. Not only what April is showing you here, but each of you will eventually have, when you're ready, what we call that contact, that interaction with your level of higher consciousness, with your higher consciousness, your cosmic consciousness, your intergalactic families of light. You'll be able to connect with them. You will. And don't ever get frustrated, because it's not a race to the finish line. It is a matter of taking your time, relax, and just go with the flow and learn how to connect within. And everybody, you're all going to make it. You're all going to make it. Every one of you, without a question. I'm going to turn it back over to April and let her unmute.
So this is another type of space being. This is a watcher. These are very, very, very high vibrational, good space beings that are actually here on our planet now. They have been posted at all four corners of my property, watching over me. And this is one of them that I was able to capture. It was really hard to get like the whole humanoid figure, but I finally got one. But that's a watcher. That's what they're called. But they're very, very high vibrational beings, guys.
And as you can see, they are definitely. Let me just do this here again. They are definitely of. They're radiant. Their bodies are very radiant. The Watchers' bodies are. They have such a radiant light to them, as you were watching the photo, and that's the beauty of it. Someone's asking, do the Watchers turn into green orbs? I'm going to let April answer that question. I don't think they do, but I'll let April answer the question. Do Watchers turn into green orbs?
No, green orbs are probably fairies. The fairies are the ones that think. Oh, say it, Commander.
Tar. Tar. They don't turn into green orbs. Tar. Don't tell you thank you. Tar. Warrior. Okay.
Okay. The green orbs are probably fairies, more than likely. Excuse me. Excuse me. So the fairies are all male fairies. Don't have wings. Female fairies do. The only male fairies that have wings are higher up in the ranks. Now these would be like army fairies or general fairies, fairies that protect the fairy royalty. Those are the ones that have wings. Otherwise, the other fairies, the ones that aren't higher up in the ranks, use sparks that they create from within themselves, and they can create ships or orbs around themselves, and that's how they are able to fly around and get around. I can show you an example of one of the types of ships that they create. I just actually caught this the other night during a thunderstorm. Give me just 1 second here. Oh, here we go. They can create ships like these from sparks that they create around themselves. And this was one that was flying around in my yard the other night. But those orbs, they often get mistaken for spirit or different things, but they are actually male fairies that create these like little orb ships around them, and they fly around in them. And people that have those are usually their fairy protectors that are allowing them to see them because they want to be seen, guys. They really do. And if they're trusting you enough to show you an orb of themselves, that means they're trusting you and they know that you're ready.
And that's pretty amazing. That was one of the latest things of a light being that you're seeing. You can see the form of the light being. It's pretty amazing. Willie Ivy, thank you. Everyone who's gifting me, thank you for the gifts. We certainly appreciate you and love you. I also have my Venmo account, so go to my main app. On a Venmo account, there's a link on my main app, on my main page. If you feel like doing it and you have the abundance, $5 or $10 or 15 would be great if you want to do that. Yeah, Spirit, thank you. Tahar, yeah. They are coming soon. I just got carried away there. I have to do that when people do that hat. I'm actually in a situation where if I don't do that, I have one hat left to make my goal of 10 hats. But we'll wait till that hat comes there. We're over 100,000, 102,000 likes here. And we're going to go back to April. My voice was changing into that Tahar voice, but I'm trying to get Tahar. I'm going to go back to April right now. Goal, over the goal achievement. Oh man. Okay, I'm going to turn over these. Go ahead.
All right. So this was a light orb that was, or a light being that was captured in my yard from the other night. But all right, Commander, I'm going to hop off now. We have a delayed lighting show that is people are anxiously awaiting to do on my page, so I'm gonna hop over there and get going with the fairies.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, I just want to say something before you go, because I have a feeling, and every time I have a feeling, I keep you completely wrong. Because I know whenever you have a party, let me do this for you. Hold on. Putting my goals here. Whenever you have a party, I know what's going to happen. Your father, my parents, everyone's going to get in the room. It's a Saturday night on Earth. They're going to start partying and start dancing. And then they're going to say, April, you can do one more song. I know how this works. I'm very tuned into April. I know how this is going to work. They're going to have a really good party going on. Everyone's going to be playing around, dancing and hitting each other, tapping each other on the head, playing bongos, whatever. And then just see April say, oh, can I play another song? We have to go now. And then she'll be on the ship, come back in an hour, and she'll be dancing on the ship with them. And then she'll come back. So we were just dancing on the ship for about 2 weeks. Who knows? I don't know if that's going to happen, but it has happened before. We both know that. They'll probably let her. She needs to be allowed to relax. Hopefully, they'll just let her go, dance, have the light show, and I'm going to be there and hang out for a while too in a few minutes. So, okay, April, thank you, sister, for being here. I'll let you speak. Say one more final message, and thanks for the updates. Oh, there we go. Oops, let me turn you. Okay. Come on, camera. Come on, Mike. I'll let you handle the mic and go on.
You're very welcome, and I love all of you guys. And I'm gonna pop back over to my page. So bye, guys. So we can do the lead lighting party. Bye, guys.
We'll let April down. Let's see what I'm doing here. Okay. There we go. All right. Well, and that was, and every Saturday night we do this on Saturday nights. It's called Ashtar Q&A. Our regular show Sunday through Friday night, we do our encounters show, and we interview people who've had encounters with their space family, people that have had abductions, people that have information about disclosure that are in the government. We have a few people within the government agencies that come on our show from time to time that have information. They have top security clearance. And I myself will give you information. I get downloads all the time. And I will give you information as I have it. I don't read any websites for information. I really don't do that. The only thing I look for is I look at UFO or spaceship videos for my YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. Watch all our shows on there. It's Ashtar Command Spaceship News. It's my YouTube channel. Subscribe to there, and you can just watch all the previous shows I've done there. Our Saturday night, our Ashtar Command nights that were originally on Friday, that are on Saturday nights here. And we're going to give you the best information we possibly can on the show here. Now, if you have any questions regarding the Ashtar Command, I will take live interviews on here. If you'd like to join us and you have a question regarding, hey, Starseed Ambassador, good to have you with us. I haven't seen you in ages. We'd like to have you on, but it has to be related to our topic, which is, again, tonight is Ashtar Command night. So everything and anything related to the Ashtar Command, any questions you have, I will definitely be happy to answer them. First of all, you have to be over 18, no kids on the show, no foul language, no drinking, no smoking, no vaping, no paranormal discussion, all Ashtar Command, everything Ashtar Command, okay? And let me see who we have here. GBX, can you make a comment in the comment area? Just make a comment and tell me what your question is regarding the Ashtar Command. Before I bring you up, I want to know that it's related. So I need to know your questions beforehand, your comments beforehand, so I can know who I'm bringing up here. And again, you have to be over 18. No kids on the show, no foul language, no drinking, no smoking, no vaping, nothing like that, no paranormal discussion. This is Intergalactic Night of the Ashtar Command. Intergalactic Night of the Ashtar Command. And that's why I have all the lighting here like it is. As a matter of fact, I can change the lighting. Let's see, can I change the lighting? Of course I can change the lighting. Here we go. So we are definitely having a great night tonight. We're enjoying your. I hope you're enjoying this show as much as I am. This show is being recorded, so you'll be able to watch April and myself talk when I get that download of the show. That'll be posted on my YouTube channel. So if you missed any of this show, you'll be able to see it there. I have set my goal for gifts for 10 of the hats. I have my Venmo account, which is also active. You go to my link to become. Hey, thank you, Karen. Thank you very much. You can go to my link for, you can make a donation on my Venmo. So please use my Venmo. Right now, there's nothing being donated there, but I do want to increase my use of the Venmo account so you can actually donate directly that way. And if you wish to do any gifting through TikTok coins, that's great. If you don't have any TikTok coins or anything to donate, do not worry about it. The fact that you're here is more important during the program. And again, we'll take on live questions. If you want to come on live with a question, please in the comment area, tell us why you want to come on live. It has to be related to Ashtar Command night. Tonight is the Ashtar Command Q&A show. So please let me know. Tahar, Yaya Spirit. Thank you. It has to be related to what we're talking about. And if we get to have you share that information, your question or whatever, we'll do that. And I know Starseed's ambassador is connected very closely also with the Ashtar Command and the work that she's done. I'm glad she's back on here because I haven't seen her in a while. So any questions? Anybody have any questions? Feel free to ask. Again, we'd love to have you on here. Did you used to be on AM 640? No. I actually have been on FM radio for 21 years on WESU, NPR Pacifica Radio in Connecticut, but I've never did any shows on any AM radio. I actually did a show on 1400 AM in Waterbury, Connecticut. I was a fill-in for an AM station that played pop music. That was back in the early 90s. It was, the station doesn't exist anymore, but it was a big AM station, and the DJ wasn't there, and they hired me to do live radio for a while. So I was on AM radio for just a little bit of time, but mostly FM radio. Nora Zora, we're going to bring Nora Zora up. Let's see. Nora Zora is asking, do the light beings do implants? No. The light beings, I'll bring Nora Zora up. You grew up in Granby and Avon. So to answer your question, Nora Zora, light beings don't do implants. Light beings will take out anybody who has an implant. The light beings will take the implants out. They don't implant. Okay. And we're getting towards about 12, almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Welcome to the show, Dee. Thank you for the roses. We appreciate it. Yeah, we're working with I'm Shy right now. We're going to get a date set, and I have been in communication with I'm Shy. She's our contact in the Department of Defense, and we will be, hopefully, the next 2 weeks, I'll be trying to get her on here to do a show with us. So, yeah. For those of you who know I'm Shy, who's been on my show for a number of times, she got elevated into a top security clearance, secret clearance, and been very busy, but we are going to have her back on here, and we are going to ask the tough questions and have her give us more information about disclosure within the government. Let me see what we have here. I think, Nora. Hey, Nora, how are you?
Hello.
Hey, Nora, you had a question about the implants?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to let you know that the light beings, the space people, will take out implants because they don't they don't do any of that stuff. If someone has an implant put in by like a lower vibrational ET, like a Zeta or reptilian, if they find they've been implanted and they can actually help that person, the command or the light beings will take the implants out.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering that.
No, I'm glad you asked the question. It's a good question.
Another thing I was gonna ask is when you go up into the ship, is it like full body? Like is it your whole body or just your soul or whatever?
No, not your soul. No, when you go, if you're physically having contact, like my friend April is, and the other four of us will in the next year, we will
Mhm.
physically go into the ship with our whole body, our whole everything. We're not going to
Yeah.
just leave our body. Yeah, we're going to go physically right in the ship.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering that.
No, I'm glad you asked
Was
that question.
uh,
Those are great questions. There are people that have out of body experiences going off planet, or at least they think they're going out of body into a spaceship. Many times they actually are physically going, but other times they have a thing we call as a Merkaba. So you go out of your body, you create a Merkaba, and you go off planet to a spaceship in your Merkaba, which is like a human created vessel to travel beyond Earth. And then you come back into your physical body again once you come back out of the Merkaba state. But there are in situations like with April,
yeah.
she's been like for the like think of over 44 maybe times in the last couple of days. It's gone up to like 44 times. She goes physically into the ship. She showed a picture where you can see the blue sky and she's being taken through into the ship, and within like 2 seconds she's on the spaceship.
Oh, okay.
And she wears a
Another,
spacesuit. Tommy tells you right. She does wear a spacesuit.
another thing I wanted to know is being in space, right? There's a lot of radiation in space. Like, how do they combat the radiation? Like, how do they protect you from
Um,
that?
well, there's not really a lot of radiation. There's radiation from the radiation and the natural radiation from the sun or whatever. That's a different
Yeah.
radiation than the radiation from like uranium, which is a different
Oh,
radiation. So what they
okay.
do is they have special spacesuits. Their spaceships are very advanced, and the
Oh,
universe is a very big place. So the radiation that you speak of would be the radiant energy coming from the sun. So the sun of each solar system has that radiation, which is a radiant energy of light energy coming. That's why you have things like the northern lights, because of all that radiant energy that comes, we call radiation. It's not the same as nuclear radiation, which is a harmful radiation. This is like a the energy from the sun is a radiation, but it's a different definition, so to speak. You understand?
oh, okay. Oh, and
It's
another thing I
different.
wanted to ask, right,
Yeah.
is one time my son told me, right, that he was abducted, and he
Mm-hmm.
said that I guess they tried to do something to him to make him like be more docile or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and he said it didn't work, and he ended up, I guess, hurting one of the aliens or something,
Hmm.
and then they brought him back like real fast.
Mm-hmm. Well, it probably, I mean, obviously, when did this happen with your son? So what? Just to let you know, not only do I work, am I part of the Ashtar Command, which we talked about earlier, April and I, but I'm able to bring spaceships, Ashtar Command ships, to a person's location, and if they have had an abduction, the Ashtar Command will go in and take the implants out, and yeah,
Okay.
so I've done that. I've done that with people many times, and on Ashtar Q&A night, just to let you know, we do that. If that ever happens, that you need to have me on during the weeknight when I'm on my live. I don't know where your son is, but we can send a ship over the location. 3 or 4
Yeah.
medical people from the command would come in, and they would take out any possible implants or things they did to him while he was on their ship.
Oh, okay. Well, he's here with me now, but he's in his room playing his game right now. So,
Okay, how old
but
is your son?
he's like 39 now.
Oh, he's
It
39.
happened,
Okay,
yeah, it happened when he was a kid, like when he was really young.
when he was really young. Okay,
Yeah.
and has he had any negative encounters with ETs now in his 39-year-old age?
No, no.
No, okay, that's good. As long as he's not being bartered with or,
Mm,
dealt with, I think he's okay.
okay.
All right,
I,
Norazor, thank you. Yeah, do you have any other questions?
there was one other one I wanted to ask is
Okay.
I was gonna ask, like, you know how they say that we get asteroids coming in close to Earth and stuff like that. Do some of the light beams, like, do they help with that? Like, you know, take care of the asteroids?
Oh yeah, they work to prevent things like the asteroids from going into our system to the point of view. We've been very well protected, but space people protect us from a lot of those big asteroids hitting the Earth, and the Astro Command has been instrumental over the years in being very quietly involved in protecting this planet.
Well, that's good. I'm glad, I'm
Yeah.
glad to know.
Oh yeah.
That's what I felt before that's what was happening. And I
Yeah.
told
No,
people,
they.
nobody
Yeah.
believed me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they are protecting the Earth. It's a special place, and they are protecting the planet Earth without a question.
Oh, that's
Great
good.
questions. Great questions, Nora. You know?
Hey,
All
thank
right.
you.
Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you're watching the show. Our show is normally on at 11 o'clock at night, during most days. I'm going to let you down gently here. That was our first guest with a question related to the Ashtar Command. If you have an Ashtar Command question, feel free to join us here and share your question. Tell me in the comment section what your question is in relationship to Ashtar Q&A night. We'll do like one or two more for the evening, and then we'll call it an evening on here tonight. And again, thank you for all your gifts. With 110,000 likes we've had tonight, 5,800 people watch our show. 5,800 people got to watch our show since 11 o'clock this evening. That's pretty amazing. Rob, thank you so much for the gifts, the heart me. I appreciate it, Rob. Thank you. And I'd like to get all those hats taken before I go tonight. We have how many hats left? We have 9 hats available with the thing. So if you give me a hat, thank you, Rob, for the rings. If you can afford to do the hat with the mustache, I will provide you with a special message. Very simple. Christy, thank you for the heart puff. We appreciate it. Thank you, Starseed, for being here and doing your mission work. You are an amazing person. Check her lives out in the morning when she's on. Hopefully, you're going to be back on again doing your lives. They're really good. You're welcome, Nora Zora. Tahar, everybody. Road Dog. Tahar Road Dog. How many hats do I have left? Nora Zora, thank you. I feel like a baseball player. Let's see here. I have 7 more hats left. Good. You need to be on here because people need to hear your voice. You have a very pure soul. And Rob Tahar, may the force be with you. Yaya Spirit, you're going on the mountain. Well, I see all my demeanor changes when I'm wearing that hat with the mustache. I feel like Indiana Jones. I am Taharing Indiana Jones. I love it. I think that hat is my favorite symbolism with the mustache. I don't know what it is. It brings out the silliness in Jordan Bell. Yeah, thank you so much for spacing. Tahar to you. I feel like a pirate. CmdrAleon the pirate. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We're getting a little bit silly here. It's now about 1:05. Everybody, have a great night. We're going to hang out with April for a while before we go to sleep. We'll be on tomorrow night on the same channel here. And let's all bust the matrix together. Thanks for being on Ashtar Command Q&A. Our regular show encounters will be on Sunday night. And also during the week, we have our show. Next weekend, we will be going on a lighthouse tour. I'm celebrating my Tahar anniversary, my wedding anniversary. We're going to go on a lighthouse tour towards Rhode Island out into the water and see all these lighthouses. Maybe there'll be a spaceship that'll come by and I can get a photo. I don't know. But that'll be good. So, yeah. Everybody have a great night. Be well. And you know what? If you have a chance, let's jump over to Friends with Furries. Yeah, tar. So join me. I'm going to go to Friends with Furries 1111. Her name is Friends with Furries 1111. I'll say it again. Friends with Furries 1111. Let's show some love and join us on her channel. I'm going to be hanging out for a while before I go to sleep. Thanks for being here, everybody. Have a great night.